Today we are working on the 98 Corvette, and this Corvette has a really bad power steering leak. See if I can show. Oop, can't see. Really bad power steering leak. I'm guessing it's empty. Yep. It's probably bone dry right now. I took it on a drive, and from the drive from my house out of my neighborhood to the main street, maybe a little over a quarter mile, just a full drip stain of power steering fluid coming out of my car. So now everyone knows the route that I took, and everyone can tell that it was me that made that stain. There's just power steering fluid everywhere. It's crazy. So down here, there's the two fittings, and then there's two more. So my guess is it's the high pressure side one that's leaking. Although the two in the back kind of seem suspicious, and then the one on the top that's closer to me, that's a high pressure line. Also thinking these lines might be leaking out of these fittings. It's real wet over here, but it looks like the fluid's coming from the other side, which would make sense. But it is wet over here too, so I'm definitely going to take these ones off and just reseat them. Alright, so this fitting here is wet. It looks like it's seeping out of there. High pressure one's the one on top, I'm pretty sure. This whole thing is just soaked. Gotta hope it's not a broken line, because otherwise I'm gonna have to go order that part, and I can't fix it right now. Yeah, all I see is the bottom. I guess I'll put a bucket under it, just in case there's any more fluid. I mean, at this point it doesn't really matter. I'll put a bucket on it, I'll just take the lines off and just kind of redo everything. It all needs to be bled anyways, so rather than try to guess which one's the correct one, I'll just spend the time and take the two closest to me off and refit them. I think I found the problem. They both have their O-rings on it still. The O-rings are in good condition, good shape, all that. The lower one, which I'm pretty sure that one is not the high pressure line. This one, I don't think the fitting was pushed in all the way, so I don't think the O-ring actually seated. So I think it was just the threads holding the line in place so it wouldn't fall out, but I don't think it was actually seated into place. So that's my bad. So I was trying to figure out if I should just put Teflon tape on it, but with these type of fittings, the O-ring is designed to do all the sealing, so Teflon tape would do nothing really. And then this is a hydraulic system, so you don't want Teflon tape dissolving and then getting stuck into the system and causing any other issues. So I'm just going to try to reseat it. So I'm going to try cleaning up this rack a little bit and then reseating it inside there. So this little bracket that holds the power steering lines in, there's a bolt here and a bolt there. So if you're doing this with this fitting, the bottom one here, don't put those bolts in to hold the lines in place yet. Push the fitting in first and then do the bolt. That is why I had such a hard time getting it in the first time, and in actuality it was never in all the way. Now that is flush in there. That is much better. That looks better. Alright, the two fittings facing this way are on. I ended up redoing one that's on the other side of the steering column box, the one that's closer to this side, and then the one that was farther back, that was good, so I didn't need to touch that. And then the two that connect to the rack down here, I meant to only do one of them, but I did both of them, so that's good. The ones down there, they don't have the O-rings that press in, so those ones don't really leak. I don't think so, unless the fitting is damaged, but it didn't look damaged or anything. So we're all buttoned up. Put this car, actually I need to fill it up with power steering fluid and bleed the system first before I put it on the ground, and also make sure there's no leaks. Alright, got it filled up. It's actually overfilled right now, but that's because it's going to go down. So I'm just going to turn the steering wheel. Just turn, not to lock, you don't want it to lock. Just go just before it locks. And so you'll do that about 10-15 times and just keep checking on the fluid. Make sure it's all good, make sure it's not dripping from the bottom. Once you have it full and you kind of rocked it back and forth a couple times, start the car and it will suck it in. You can't see, but it sucked it in. There's a light. Yeah, so it sucked it in. There's some bubbles coming out right now. It just needs the power steering pump to spin in order to push some stuff. So I'm going to turn the wheels again. Actually, I'm going to add a little fluid, turn the wheels again, turn the car on, check the fluid again. Seem to have gotten most of the air out. There's still a little bit, but the reservoir is on the top, so it should work itself out. But let's go get that photo of all the fluid on the ground. So this is what it looked like before. All the fluid on the ground. That's crazy. I lost so much. And I don't think power steering fluid cleans up very easily, so this will not be fun to clean up. I'm going to take it for a real drive now, just to double check everything's good before I take it on a kind of far drive later tonight. So yeah, fix the power steering. If I don't come back, then that means it's all good. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.